ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 5 and verse 5, 5.4. 5.4. Sankhya Yogo Prathak Bala Pravadanti Na Panditaha Ekam Api Astitaha Samyak Ubhayo Vindate Phalam Sankhya Yoga Prathak Bala Sankhya Yoga Prathak Bala Pravadanti na Pandita Pravadanti na Pandita Ekam Apasthita Samyak Ekam api asita samyak Uvayor vindate phalam Uvayor vindate phalam Sankhya yoga prathak bala Pravadanti na pandita Ekam api asita samyak Ubhayo vindate phalam Sankhya yoga prathak bala Pravadanti na pandita Ekam api asita samyak Ubhayo vindate phalam Sankhya yoga prathak bala Pravadanti na pandita Ekam apasthita samyak Ubhayo vindate phalam Sankhya yoga prathak bala Pravadanti na pandita Ekam apyasta samyak Ubhayo vindate phalam Sankhya yoga prathak bala Pravadanti na pandita Ekam apasthita samyak Sankhya yoga prathak bala Pravadanti na pandita Ekam apasthita samyak Ubhayo vindate phalam Sankhya yoga prathak bala Pravadanti na pandita Ekam apyasthita samyak Ubhayo vindate phalam Sankhya, analytical study of the material world. Yoga, work in devotional service. Prithak, different. Bala, the less intelligent. Pravadanti, say. Na, never. Panditaha, the learned. Ekam, in one. Api, even. Asthitaha, being situated. Samyak, complete. Ubhayo, of both. Vindate, enjoys. Phalam, the result. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Only the ignorant speak of devotional service, Karma Yoga, as being different from the analytical study of the material world. Sankhya, those who are actually learned, say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both responsibly. Only the ignorant speak of devotional service, Karma Yoga, as being different from the analytical study of the material world. Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. Purport. The aim of the analytical study of the material world is to find the soul of existence. The soul of the material world is Vishnu, or the super soul. Devotional service to the Lord entails service to the super soul. One whose process is to find the root of the tree, and the other is to water the root. The real student of Sankhya philosophy finds the root of the material world, Vishnu, and then in perfect knowledge engages himself in the service of the Lord. Therefore, in essence, there is no difference between the two, because the aim of both is Vishnu. Those who do not know the ultimate end say that the purpose of the Sankhya and Karma Yoga are not the same. But one who is learned knows the unifying aim in these different processes. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshe Dharane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I apologize to all Vaishnavas because I was scheduled to give class yesterday, but by Srila Prabhupada's will and Lord Krishna's will, today I am giving the unscheduled class. Yesterday because of some, I will say, Maya Rajala Baddha Hoy, Aaj se Niche Kaajal hai, because of some mundane activities, I was not able to do my duty. So again, please forgive me for this offense. So this is a very interesting chapter in Bhagavad Gita as it is. As you see in the early two verses, Arjuna is asking that when you are telling me first to renounce the work, and then again Krishna, you are recommending me work with devotion. Outwardly it appears to be contradictory. On one hand we are renouncing the work, On the other hand, as Sri Prabhupada will explain the purport in the text 5 also, we are engaging or attaching to work with a tinge of devotional service. Anna vilashita shunyam jnana karma janavritam anukulyeni krishnanushilanam sa bhaktir uttama. Uttam bhakti has been defined that anna vilashita shunyam. One has to free from all other desires, and it has to be free also from the jnana and karma, and it has to be done favorably to Krishna. Once in London, Sri Prabhupada told me that this definition, actually generally he used to talk with me in Hindi, but I will put the translation of that Hindi version. He said, Rupa Goswami has defined that Anna Vilashita Shunyam. But what I find presently, some of our disciples, they are Anna Vilashita Purnam. Rather than having devoid of other desires, they are having the desires. So how can they achieve perfection? They do a little work, little service, and in turn they want something in return. They put the tinge or touch of karma or jnana in their service in Krishna consciousness. Then he said, if you tell me that was I think in 1976, that that time you were distributing our books about 20 lakhs rupees per day. So Prabhupada said, as the author of these books, if I would have demanded only 1% of the royalty, then how much is that? 2 lakhs rupees per day. But no, you are giving everything for this great institution. So one has to learn to serve Krishna without any personal motive or without any return. In the morning in Hindi Bhagavatam class, we are having the Dhruv Maharaj's story. So when Lord Vishnu asked him to please take what benediction you want. So Dhruv Maharaj said, Varam na yache. I don't, yach means I don't desire, I don't beg any boon. Because I came for the broken piece of glasses, but I found you the Parasmani touchstone like you. And he said, I am not a mercantile class. In Hindi we call it Vyapari or Udyog. We are doing some businessman. So I am not that type of Baniya or Mahajan. Mahajan has got two meanings. Mahajan, we said the great authorities. We got 12 authorities, Shambhu, Vishnu, Brahma, Narad, Prahlad Maharaj, Yamaraj. And also Mahajan means the people who open the shop, do the business. Our Shami Krishi Prabhu has surname as Mahajan. He is very expert in doing business but for serving Krishna. So that Mahajan, so Prabhupada said if I would have taken 1 lakh rupees every day, but we are giving everything to Krishna. So the aim, whether we follow Sankhya Yoga or we follow the devotional service or Bhakti Yoga, is one. Why? Because we have a common word like yoga. Generally people say, it's a very common saying in India, whatever path you follow, you will reach the same end. As Sri Prabhupada saying in this, but why? When we will reach the same end? Your destination is one. If our destination is not one, no matter if you are following a different path, we will reach at a different place. Yantiye vrita devan, pitrinyanti pitri vrita. If you worship demigod, you go to that lok, not to Krishna. You worship ghost, bhoot, then you reach the pret lok. Where Krishna says that no, you better worship demigods or ghosts or pitar, forefathers or me, the path is same, so you will reach the same place. Another example Prabhupada gives that you have got a ticket to go up to say Vrindavan. So you will only reach up to Vrindavan. But if you have got a ticket up to Calcutta, then you will go reach up to Calcutta. It's not that a Vrindavan ticket, of course you can do the extension, but that extension is the devotional service. Only through devotional service you can extend your ticket
as we also extend our ticket in train, the help of conductor. It means you are changing your destination aim. That's why the example are 4 Kumaras. They are Brahma Yogis, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar, living like 5 years old boy naked. They had to change their destination just by when they smell the tulsi leaves offered at the lotus feet of Vishnu. And they started following that smell and reached Vaikuntha planet. You know that story, Jai Vijay is taught. Shukadeva Maharaj, Shukadeva Goswami was totally detached. He was detached like Sankhya yogis, but not attached until that time. He was so detached that he was not prepared to come out of the womb of his mother. Then Vyasadeva prayed him, please come out. As soon as he comes, he started running, and Vyasadeva started following. So he was completely detached, Brahmagyani. But he also became attached to Krishna when he heard the verses of Bhagavatam. Some of the disciples of Vyasadeva was reciting these verses, and Shukadeva Goswami heard, from where did you learn these verses? So they said, it's your father who taught us. Then he went to Vyasadeva and learned Bhagavatam. So attachment and detachment, sannyas, what does sannyas mean, at least for our ISKCON? Or generally you can say that sannyas means to become detached from mundane activities, but engaged, that Siddhanta means engage your mind, tan, man, vachan, mind, words, all these things, body, with the help of the service of Krishna. So those who are not in knowledge, they say it is different. Of course, the result of these different yoga processes, you know the different yoga, they mentioned Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Hatha Yoga, you see in Kumbh Mela, even in Chitrakoot where I am staying, yogis are lying on the horn. In the summer they are having the dead fire, extreme fire, and in cold they take 108 pots of cold water in the morning. So all these are the Hatha Yoga. Yoga means to link, but yogi again Krishna defines who the best yogis. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratma shraddhavan bhajate mam sayitya tamo mata. The best yogis is there from things are there of me, resides in me. So yoga means to link. Of course we can link to the Karma Yoga, Hatha Yoga, but again the same thing if our aim is one. Because another example is that you can go to different floor by lift, from first floor to fourth floor, or by stairs, first, second, third floor. So that is devotional service. Sri Prabhupada also, for example, a goldsmith, sonar is what we call. He makes ornaments with very small hammer. We should say hammers. Very small, tick, 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 making rings, earrings. But a blacksmith, he has a very big hammer. And he just smashes one and the piece breaks. Similarly, bhakti is like that. With one hammer, you destroy all your sinful reactions and controls Krishna. Bhaktya mam vijanati. The one who is Ajit, nobody can compare him. The Yashoda takes his stick and is smearing his eyes. So who can bind Krishna? He has been bound. So that is the effect of devotional service. Work in devotion. Again, we are not idle. We are not escapist. When people say, oh, you are parasites, you do nothing and take our hard-earned money. Yes, you are all thieves. You are not giving your result to Krishna. It's a common sense. If somebody does for you anything, you are very grateful to him. We are having sunlight, air, so many things from Krishna. So if you acknowledge, that is the real process of devotion. If you don't, then you are thief. And we are not doing any great thing by offering different our qualities or result of the work to Krishna, because he is Purnam Purnamidam, 1 plus 1, he doesn't need anything. Bhavagrahi Janardana, he sees the devotion, he sees the spirit. A small story that how when Lord Krishna went to Hastinapur, he refused to eat the different dishes of Duryodhan, went to Vidur's house, and that was the uncle and aunt, maternal uncle and aunt, and paternal, Bhuva. And so she became so happy that Krishna has come to her house, and she didn't know what to offer, so she had bananas, and she started giving bananas to Krishna, and out of prema or love, she was just giving the skin to Krishna and throwing the real banana down, and Krishna was eating the skin. So I never found this taste anywhere. Then Vidur came from outside and he said, "What you are doing? There was a heap of bananas with no skin." Then she came to her senses, she apologized. So that is the strength of devotional service. By Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that's why he taught us the pure devotional service, no compromise. You want to love Krishna, want to serve Krishna, there is no other. It's said that the path of love, in loving devotion, is very, very narrow. So many words in Hindi, but I do not translate. It's very, very narrow. 2 persons cannot be accommodated. Our aim should be pure devotional service, only to please Krishna. That is the definition as I mentioned earlier. Anukuleni Krishna Anushilanam. Anushilan means activity. You have to follow. So whether you perform the activity by the process of Sankhya Yoga or devotional service, because as Srila Prabhupada mentioned in purport, the soul of material world is Vishnu. That is the real Swarth. Swarth means Swadhan Earth. The thing which is helpful to our own self. Prahlad Maharaj has explained very in detail what is Swarth. And that verse comes, Nate Swartha, Vidumi Gati Vishnu. We don't know that our real Swarth is Lord Vishnu, to go to Lord Vishnu. Prabhupada says that the soul of material world is Vishnu, or the super soul, Paramatma. And devotional service starts from the Vadanti Tattva Vidas Tattvam Yajnanam Advayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdati. The absolute truth is one, but it is being realized from the distance. First of all, just like sun globe, sun rays or sun god, or we see these trains in the night. First of all, we see the light, that is the impersonal Brahma. Then as it comes closer, we see the train is there, some sort of hazy realization, that is the yogi. And then when it still comes nearer, we find out there are people are sitting there. So that is all three are transcendentalist, Tattvavit. But their realization depends upon the intimacy or the closeness with the absolute truth. To be in sun rays does not mean that we have entered in sun globe. And again, to enter in sun globe does not indicate that we have seen the sun god or we have entered kingdom. So many examples Prabhupada has given in this connection. So the devotional service, Sankhya Yoga means first of all to find the root of the material world. That is explained in the first Sutra of Vedanta, Dharma Jasyato Anvaya. Whatever thing we see, whatever thing has been born is from Satyam Param Dhini. So once you find the root, you have this called Sambandha Tattva, Abhideya Tattva, Prayoga Tattva. You find the root. You have developed the relationship. But now you have to water the root. Abhideya. Once we know that yes, we are the eternal servant of Krishna, the relationship is the Jiva Sarup hai, Krishna Nityadas. So after knowing that relationship, after knowing what is the root of the material world, that is Vishnu, then what is next? It's not the end. We have to start our activities. As Srila Prabhupada says, one with a diseased condition, having the fever, is also active, and healthy person is also active. What is the difference? So the activities of diseased person is painful, whereas the activity of healthy person gives you the happiness. So there is a difference between the activities in the material world or serving Maya, and same activities when used for Krishna, it becomes the source of bliss or happiness. So in real student of Sankhya philosophy, as we'll see the coming verses, he finds not only the root of the material world, but again then perfect knowledge. Bahunam janmam ante jnanavana mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurva. One within knowledge, one within perfect knowledge, Srila Prabhupada explains, then what he will do, he will engage in the devotional service. But that soul is very, very rare. Again, Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita that many follow this path out of those who are following Kashit Yatati Siddhaye. Someone they achieve perfection, and those who have achieved perfection, out of them hardly anybody knows me. So to know Krishna is also not an easy thing, but again, answer Bhaktya Mama Bhajanati, and by knowing Krishna, you will say Janma Karma Chame Divyam Yome Veti Tattvataha. Tattvataha word is used. Actually, in real sense, if you understand Krishna, he says one who knows me tattvata, then tyaktva veham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Arjuna, by leaving this body, he does not take birth again and comes to me. The process of knowing Krishna tattvata is again bhakti, and as we know, there are 9 Prahlad Maharaj instructs: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyamatman. These 9 process of devotional service. Again, in Nectar of Devotion, Sri Rupa Goswami has further elaborated the items of devotional service into 64 items. Out of 64, these 9, then out of these 9, 5 are the most important. Means to serve book Bhagavad and person Bhagavad, to live in the place like Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwarka. Then have the Shri Murti, Shri Vigraha, service of that, 4th. And 5th is Nam Sankirtan, chanting of the holy name. There are 5 most important parts. Now these again 5, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Yukevam, Kalau Nastev, Nastev, Nastev Gutarnatha. That chanting of the holy name is the jewel of devotional service. Particularly in this age of Kali. So, as Prabhupada said, in essence, there is no difference. If we are engaged by following the process of yoga, you can achieve the result of devotional service and start performing action. That action with devotion, that will be explained. So that actually the word, as we say, that phalam means the result. our perfection can be judged by the result what we get. Phalam parishayate. Our activities, whether it's success or failure, depends upon the result what we get. Of course, as a devotee, once Srila Prabhupada wrote me a letter in 1972 that we will try, because that time some of God brothers met and they said Lord Chaitanya's name could not be spread throughout India. So Srila Prabhupada replied to me that you are saying like that, but it is our misfortune as well as their misfortune. Our big God brothers, they could not do any tangible thing in India, and what we are trying, so they are finding so many faults. And then he said, it doesn't matter, we will go on marching ahead with the order of Lord Chaitanya, because that jare dekho tare kaha Krishna upadesh, amara agya guru haya taro ei desh, and we will judge by our sincerity. People may become devotee or may not, but there are thousands of people who never heard of Lord Chaitanya, and we can go and preach them. So that is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. They are all there. So that verse which I was mentioning, the Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, so this is the diary of Jaldut diary, where in that poem he's saying that how, I think it's the 9.28. Yes, it's a very prayer to the lotus feet of Krishna. In the same tune as we sing Shri Guru Charana Padma, this Bengali poem can be sung. Krishna tab punna hobe bhai, e punna karibe jabe, Radha Rani khushi hobe, Dhuvati boli to matai. Then he goes on describing the magnanimity of his spiritual master, Sri Siddhanta Saraswati, Shati Shuta Priyati, Krishna Sevaya Jartu Linai, Shesha Mahant Guru, Jagater Madhyuru, Krishna Bhakti De Thai Thai. On the same verse, I tried to, when I was at Bombay, trying to develop Hindi Bhagavad Darshan, so I also tried to compose same following same footsteps, that Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedant Nanda Sutta Priya Atyant Guru Seva में जो तुल्य नहीं है. Srila Prabhupada, who is very dear to son of Nanda Maharaj, and he is again unparalleled service to his spiritual master. So on these, although they were more or less same words, because I did not like to change the words that Srila Prabhupada used, because the potency, the words of Srila Prabhupada cannot be translated or cannot be changed. So it is better to keep those words as far as possible as it is. Similarly, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many verses are there. We can proceed. In that Bhagavatam, which I was mentioning, there is a very nice poem which Srila Prabhupada wrote on September 13, 1965, on the Jaladut, when he had a heart attack, and he thought he won't survive. And he had a dream that Lord Krishna is on the boat carrying him, and said, "Don't worry, and name of Krishna will be spread all over the universe." So that verse, he says that Prahlad Maharaj is saying that evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kamabhikamam anuvah praptan prasangat yutatmastat suvarshina bhagavan grihita so aham katham vrisje tabhrit seva. He's saying to Lord Nrsimhadev, because nobody could pacify him when he was so much furious, that my dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with material desires, one after another, I was gradually falling into a blind well, full of snakes, following the general populace. A blind leader, a blind person will choose a blind leader, and blind leader will lead to the well. That's happening in democracy. And There's an old verse that for the people, by the people, of the people. But as we are seeing daily, so many scandals are being opened up. There's by the fools, for the fools, and of the fools. Democracy is a fact. So we believe in monarch. Our supreme commander, nowadays president, sits comfortably on Delhi and army is fighting. In the olden days, king was ahead in the battlefield and he will lead. And that's why soldier will also get spirit to fight. Here, although he is supreme commander, but doesn't have to do anyway. We don't want to go. So that's why he says that following the general public means the blind leading the blind. But your servant Narad Muni, the spiritual master of Prahlad Maharaj, kindly accepted me as his disciple and instructed me how to achieve the transcendental position. Therefore, the first duty is to serve him. How could I leave his service? That is the Prahlad Maharaj prayer to Lord Vishnu 7th canto 9th. So this is actually Srila Prabhupada's example that how he served his Guru Maharaj, and ultimately either you serve Krishna as Sankhya Yogis or Karma Yogis. If it is yoga, if it's Krishna in the center, just like the last example is that you keep say 0, 0, 0, 0, they got no meaning. But when you keep one, which is Krishna, it becomes millions, billions and trillions. So common thing is Krishna. So be common in all types of spiritual activity, yoga. You keep Krishna as a common thing, just like two Indians or two Americans or two Englishmen, they meet somewhere, a distant place. You are also from the states, I am also from the states. The states is the common point. So if we could say, Sarvajanameshu Kaunteya, Aham Bija Pradakya. That is a common platform. If you accept not only human beings but all living beings of the world as having a common father as Krishna, and ultimately there will be peace. So I think again repeat the shlokas. Sankhyovo Pathak Bala Pravadanti na Pandita Ekamapi Asthita Samya Ubhayor Vindate Phalam. Only the ignorant speak of devotional service. Karma Yoga has been different from the analytical study of the material world. Sankhya, those who are actually learned, say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. So I am sure if there are any comments or questions.